And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road today. We're at Chick-fil-A where they got bingo tonight. Yeah, bingo's at 5:30 tonight. B14, G21, 017. We're playing bingo here this evening at 5:30, so you got to come be part of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. They always have a lot of fun to do bingo here. Again, we're here live on the Tom Douglas Sports Show on show number 2,392 on this old, cold, it's not wintry. I don't see the first snowflake out here. They missed it again, at least here in the lower elevations. Pretty sure they got snow in the higher elevations, but we're not there. We're here, and it's cold, it's windy, but if you look ahead, folks, it's going to be 60 by Thursday, so it's okay. It's a 2-day tease of what's coming. All right, let's get the national anthem rolling. Leslie's here with Show and Tell from Sycamore Shoals. Whitney Blevins in the house from Northeast Community Credit Union. We like Whitney Blevins. She's a class act. We like Leslie Broccoli, too. She's a class act. Also, Sean Whitten will come to wrap up his football season. Ended unexpectedly Friday night to the credit of the Gibbs Eagles. They're a good football team. It is what it is. Now, we may play them 10 times and beat them 9, but the night we played them, they beat us. And they were a better team on Friday night, 24-17. And so hats off to, in fact, they watched the show down in Gibbs. So hello to Coach and Coach Beeler and the head football coach. Thank you guys for watching. And so they were better Friday night. So we're done. And so for football, but we switch gears for 2-day reprieve. We crank up basketball. We got Milligan basketball tonight. Lady Buffaloes at 5 o'clock this afternoon, as a matter of fact. 4:45, Big Tester playing national-ranked Bethel, who's number 2 in the country. The Lady Wildcats are coming to town. They can play. It's going to be a good test for the Lady Buffs. We'll go on air at 4:45 with the broadcast here today on the Tom Douglas Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. National Anthem time. Here we go. Who's going to do it today? Let's see. Let's go down and pluck one real quick because Leslie's here with Show and Tell. She is chomping at the bit to tell you. I think it's 40. I'll have to look. 46 days, I think, till Christmas Eve for you to shop at Sycamore Shoals State Park Gift Shop. Here we go, Faith Hill and then Leslie Broccoli in that order on the Tom Douglas Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang loud. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
And there we are, and here she is. Good morning, young lady. How you doing?
Morning, I'm good.
Yes. Warm enough for you out there? Yeah. Are you a cold weather girl?
I'm a fall girl, so
Okay.
but I like snow. It needs to snow if it's going to snow, though. It's just been flaking today.
If
No
it's,
laying.
if it's going to do it, right?
Flaking, no laying.
Flaking. There's a country song.
There you go.
Flaking and no,
No
laying.
laying.
There you go. Boy, we could run with that one, but we won't. So it is. Yeah. Let me hit this real quick. People don't realize what we do to get on the show.
know,
You've got to
wow.
watch it. It is a. Trust me, it is a process. So.
It is.
Anyway, we got show and tell. Let's
We
start
do.
with some events. What's going on in the park?
All right. We just got done with the Colonial Harvest this weekend event, and it went real well, I think. The next one Chad's doing is Christmas at Carter Mansion, and that's December 5th and 6th. Tours start every 20 minutes. They begin at 6 o'clock on those 2 nights, and the last tour starts at 8 o'clock on those 2 nights. You can get online and register. Before that, November 29th, we had the big Christmas open house at the park.
Let's go back to this.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to go too fast. This is good
That's
stuff.
okay.
Christmas at the Carter Mansion, which is up on Broad Street Extension, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Learn about the 18th century Christmas traditions in Tennessee's oldest frame house, adorned with festive greenery and soft candlelight as it would have been back then.
It's that
So,
way,
Yeah,
near Food City.
as it would have been back in that day. So it's not going to be a bunch of. It's going to look like it was back in the day. If it was Christmas, authentic, if you will.
Yep.
Tours begin every 20 minutes, beginning at 6, last till 8. What's the walkthrough time?
Okay,
30, 40
it's usually
minutes?
about an hour.
About an hour?
Yep.
Okay,
So you get a good tour at night. You'll meet all kinds of historical characters. The Carters will greet you at the front door. And in every room, they will tell you a little bit about the house and a little bit about the different, what would you call it? The things they celebrated traditions at Christmas time.
There you go. So that's coming up again on the 5th and 6th. It's hard to
It's
believe
really
we're talking December, but we are. So,
Yeah, just about.
so you want to call the park? Which phone number is?
423-543-5808, or you can get online at tnstateparks.com, go to Sycamore Shoals, and go down to events and register.
Can we call in and say yes to by the phone?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah, we can register you online.
543-5808 is what you want to do there. Hello, Sandra Perkins. Hello, Amy Emmerich. Thank you, kids, for watching. And
Amy
Junior.
Emmerich.
Amy Emmerich, you know Amy?
Oh, yes.
Yay.
Hi, Amy.
Amy, you're our hero. Okay.
Oh, okay. November 29th, we're having a big Christmas open house. Be sure and come. Do your shopping.
All right,
Got some unique things.
That's
Saturday.
Black Friday weekend, right?
Yeah, it's after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes. You can just
Thanksgiving weekend, yeah.
shop with us instead. And we're going to be giving away gifts at every hour, top of every hour. I'll give away 2 different storybooks. One Santa will actually give away. Santa will make an appearance. There will be horse and buggy rides. Appalachian Irish dancers are coming. So we're going to have a good time.
Yep. This is free.
It's all free. Unless you buy some gifts. We'll have a few
We want you to buy,
vendors
yeah.
there. And Jennifer, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, Jennifer Bauer may be there signing and selling her new book about Sycamore Shoals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Horse and buggy rides. Santa shows up. All this on Saturday, Thanksgiving weekend, from 10 till 3, free at Sycamore Shoals State Park. If you're out there watching and you don't know where it's at, it's literally over my shoulder about 5 minutes up the road here. You'll pass it coming in from Johnson City. You'll pass it to get to Chick-fil-A. So it's right on the main drag.
Yeah. You know you got family in. You know you don't know what to do with them. Bring them there.
Because it's free.
And let them go.
And shop.
Yeah. They'll have fun. Okay. We've got an after Thanksgiving Day hike if they want to do that.
Okay, Friday, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, free. You're going to hike around.
Yep, they'll tell you a little bit about the history, and you can just go on a nice little hike around the park.
And it's pretty flat, so it's not real hilly if you're going, oh gosh, can I get up and down the hill? No, you're okay.
Okay, I
Except
think
for-
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got a few different kind of crazy wild things with our rangers.
Okay.
They're going to be doing Not a Problem. They'll teach you how to tie all kinds of different knots.
Okay.
That's free. Making char cloth for flint and steel fires, and he's going to do a flint and steel fire workshop as well.
Okay.
That's $10, but that covers the cost of doing the char cloth and getting the char cloth. And if you turn it over, the Flint and Fire starting demo is November 23rd. That's free at 3:30. I forgot to tell them when the other ones were.
All right, that'll be
Not a problem.
Not a problem's November the 11th, which is
That's-
tomorrow.
Tuesday.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Making char cloth for flint and steel is Friday. That cost you $10. Now, not a problem to do that. That would be tomorrow free. Taylor Moorfield's doing it at the park ranger.
Yep.
So there you go. And he's doing the making char cloth for flint and steel fires as well. So there you go.
Here's our resident, what do you call it?
Expert.
No, somebody that starts fires.
Firebug.
Yeah, he's our resident
I guess.
firebug.
That's what we used to call the guy up the street growing up.
Yeah.
He's a firebug, Mama. He sets fires.
All right, we're thinking stocking stuffers today.
Mm-hmm.
We have the old-fashioned games. This is a whirly gig where you go like that, and the thing in the middle spins, and then it goes.
That's cool. Can we? Oh, we can't
So
do it on there.
old-fashioned games. So
Whirly
you
gig for
get-
$7.50.
So you can get your kids off the
Now-
get them doing things besides just using their thumbs. Okay, this is wooden dice, and there's 7 games that it includes that you can play for children.
$7.25. All this again at the Sycamore Shoals State Park Gift Shop. Is what we're doing here, what we're showcasing for Christmas.
Okay.
Sean Whitten joins us coming up in a little while.
If you got musicians in the family, here's a miniature necklace with a harmonica on it. A little
Okay.
harmonica.
All right.
Stocking stuffer.
Hello, Rhonda Blackburn. How you doing? Floyd Nave. Thank you all for watching.
Whistle. Kids will love that.
So just a little tiny harmonica. What's the price point? $11.50. There it is. That's how small it is. Comes with a little rope.
And it plays.
It does play,
I got
yep.
one for my grandkids and tried it.
You came one time and played it on there. Here's a whistle keychain for $8.50. Stocking stuffer. All right.
Keyring compass.
Keyring compass in case you get lost for $9.95.
Kids like to clip that on their belt loops.
Or backpacks, absolutely.
Yep. These are $5.95. Those are arrowhead necklaces.
Awesome. $5.95.
All these can be stuck in a stocking. This is a wooden tic-tac-toe. The items for the tic-tac-toe game are inside. It opens up.
Yep, $15.50 for that. It's got a little clip on the side of the wooden box, which you can't see in the plastic, but it's all you need for tic-tac-toes inside the box. This is made out of wood, by the way.
Yep.
All right, for
Old-fashioned.
$15.50.
All right, this is a revolutionary kit. Don't tread on me kit. And inside it, it's got a brass
Signal
timer.
whistle.
No, that's a timer.
Oh, it's a timer.
It does have
Oh,
a
okay,
signal
little
whistle
hourglass.
too. Yep.
How neat. Look at that,
Hourglass.
little
Yep.
tiny hourglass. Never
I'm
seen that
just
before.
blanking out. And then your signal whistle. And if you want to get online, look up what signal whistles, what they used them for back then. You'll be shocked and amazed.
Okay. These are all coming in this one pack, right?
Yes, these all 3 for 1.
$16.95 for this.
And then you got the mini compass necklace. This is not the keychain, but the necklace.
Too cute. Kids
So-
love this stuff.
3 things in one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Now
Whitney
for-
Blevins joining us coming up here in a few minutes, folks. And then we got Sean Whitten at the top of the hour talking season-ending Cyclone football is going to pay tribute to the seniors. All
We're
right.
almost done. Okay, for kids, this is a activity book, a workbook. Sorry about that. Activity book, and it's all about animal tracks.
Mm-hmm.
They'll love it. It's got all kinds of things to do in it.
That is neat.
Yeah. And then we've got the
That is really cool. What's the price point on this? Oh, $8.95. Less than $9 for this. It's 64 pages of all kinds of.
all kinds of activities to do.
And they're
about-
learning as they go.
Yeah, about animal tracks. And then we've got the playing cards to
That's
go
neat.
along with that.
Okay.
I think the price is on the bottom of those. And then if you want to get really
Let's do this. Give it plenty of time. Animal tracks playing cards, okay?
want to be really technical, here's the whole book of animal tracks. You can look them up by, this is the Southeast animals, but it'll show you what the animal looks like, tell you about it a little bit, and the track, what it looks like.
So here's an American crow, a bald eagle track. Let me show you what she's talking about. So there it is. There's the bird and the actual track. Mm-hmm. And you got the little thumb indexes here. You've got weasels, dogs, tiny mammals, large rodents, large mammals, other bird tracks. All this in the book. Very nicely done for $9.95.
Yeah.
Be a great teacher gift, great stocking stuffer. Okay.
And if your kids are into bugs and birds,
Bugs and birds.
you can take them out in the woods and let them track their bugs and birds in these little logs.
A bug log for $11.95. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's you're talking 84 pages there.
Mm-hmm.
And the same for this one. This one is the bird log. These are all Sycamore Shoals gift shop. Okay.
And if you're really wanting your kids to learn a little bit about nature and some things they can do with nature and in nature, this is a book by Jennifer Bauer for kids.
Wildlife, Wildflowers, and Wild Activities Exploring Southern Appalachia by Jennifer Bauer, who used to be the park ranger.
manager.
She retired.
Yep. And if she's there at the Christmas open house and you buy one of these books before then, bring it back and she'll sign it for you.
Neat. This is, how many pages? This is 197 pages of activities for these kids for $17.95. It's a good bang for your buck.
All right. And another little whistle.
Okay. This is a
All right.
whistle for $7.50.
And this
Okay.
is a nice little gift. We only have one of these left. It's a soapstone, and it is a little container for jewelry and things like that. Ceramic soapstone. And
How
it would
cute.
make a really nice gift. You put a little tissue paper in there and put you some Christmas earrings in. This is a different pair from last week. And you got you a nice little gift for your girlfriend or your wife.
Snowmen. Look there.
Yeah.
These are made in America, and these price point are
$20.
$20.
That's 20. Yep.
They're all right there at Sycamore Shoals. Coming up, we've got a high school football playoffs, top 25 college football to talk about, NFL to talk about. Get a big game tonight in the NFL, Monday Night Football.
Okay. These are the pearl necklaces, Akoya pearl necklaces, and these are the ornaments that we've got. So we've got two different ornaments. We've got the snowflake,
Yeah,
and when you open your pearl, you can stick it inside it, put it on the tree.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an ornament.
Okay.
And then here's the Christmas tree ornament.
So what's inside the oyster?
There is a
pearl.
pearl or two.
2 pearls.
There
Guaranteed
have
to be
been
one in
two.
there.
I
And
got
so-
one the other day. It was huge. I mean, it was huge.
A Koya oyster with a pearl cage pendant. And so the kids popped the oyster, and they got the pendant and put the oyster or the pearl inside the pendant, hanging on the tree, which is really cool.
And then we've got two different Christmas necklaces. We've got the snowflake necklace, so you can put the pearl in it, and a little Christmas tree necklace. Doo-doo-doo. Then we've got other necklaces, but those are our Christmas ones.
Very nice, folks. These go for $32.95, by the way.
Yep, and
All right.
that's it
That's
for
it?
today.
It's awesome.
Come see us.
You back here next Monday, I hope?
Yes.
Good. We want you to keep coming.
Okay.
Something for everybody for the stocking stuffers for Christmas. We're at 44 days till Christmas Eve, folks. It's here. Whether you want it to be or not, it is here. So, anyway, we'll take a break. Sycamore Shoals State Park, the hours are open are?
We are open from 8 until 4:30 every day.
Yep, 8
Every day.
every day. I love it.
Yes.
All right, quick break. We'll be right back. She's here. Whitney Blevins joins us to take a look at some high school football and college football. Had some teams get eliminated. Teams are moving on, of course, in the TSSAA playoffs at single elimination. And Sean will be here at the top of the hour, Coach Whitten, to say thank you to a season 8-3 and pay tribute to a bunch of youngins who played their last football game Friday night as seniors. We'll do all that and more coming up. Summer Johnson's going to stop by and talk about the Christmas trees we can bid on. So we do a little sports, a little bit of Christmas. Milligan basketball coming up today. 4:45 airtime. 5 o'clock tip-off against nationally ranked Bethel at Steve Lacey Fieldhouse. We'll bring it to you right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. We're talking to Joseph Taylor, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And what's going on at Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we would love to have short-term rehab patients. If you go in for knee surgery, shoulder surgery, stuff like that, you need a little bit of rehab, please consider Ivy Hall. We have private rooms for our short-term rehab patients. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, full-time respiratory therapy. We'd love to take care of you.
Looking for help? Looking for folks to work here?
Absolutely, 100%. If you want to come in, if you're a CNA, LPN, RN, you want to work in dietary, laundry, housekeeping, we would love to have you. You can go to ivyhallnursinghome.com and fill out an application. Somebody will certainly call you back if you put in an application.
Yep. So all these different folks you take care of these different therapy programs, right?
Absolutely. We love the short-term patients. We love the long-term patients. Either one, we want to take care of anybody that comes our way, for sure.
Social media?
Social media, Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook, and like I said, ivyhallnursinghome.com.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, folks. Love promoting them. Again, the great folks here in Elizabethton, sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Ivy Hall Nursing Home. We're talking to Sherry Holtzclaw, one of our great sponsors, the Cyclone Sports and the Tom Daly Sports Show. A lot of jewelry stores out there. Why the jeweler's bench?
So everything is done in-house. Nothing gets sent out. We do ring sizing, necklace repairs, replace stones, shorten bracelets, necklaces. We repair silver jewelry. There's not a lot of jewelry stores that will repair silver jewelry. So we're one of the ones that do. Occasionally watches, we do some watch repair. Some of it we do have to send that out occasionally, but I let you know when I do, so it doesn't go out without you knowing about it.
Watch batteries. They replace a lot of watch batteries. Again,
Every day.
Yes. John Holtzclaw is one of the few jewelry repair people in the area. There's not many of them left, so they do jewelry repair here. Remember that. They ship all over the country. The website is
jewelersbench10.com.
The hours you're open are
Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and then Saturday, 9:30 to 2.
all right. And social media, where do we find you?
Facebook and Instagram.
And the phone number is
423-542-5600.
be loyal, buy local. It's a mom and pop store. Been here for a long time here in Elizabethton, serving not just Elizabethton, but the entire Tri-Cities and really anywhere in the country. The Jeweler's Bench, proud sponsor of the Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we got a high school football to take a look at. We got 4 big top 25 games coming up on Saturday. Let's look at them real quick. I mean, these are biggies. And we've got the playoffs. They're going to announce the college football playoff on December the 7th. But Notre Dame, number 10, will be at number 24, Pittsburgh. We're going to break these down a little bit later on. 12th ranked Oklahoma, number 4, Alabama. That's going to be a dandy right there. Iowa, number 20, number 19, Southern Cal. Going to be a dandy. And maybe the best one of the night. It's going to be a night game in Athens. Number 5, Georgia against number 11, Texas. So there you go. East Tennessee State will be at Western Carolina at noon on Saturday, and Virginia Tech, our other regional team, the Hokies, will be in Tallahassee to battle the Seminoles of Florida State on Saturday night. Lisa Baker says, hey, Whitney, and hey, Tom.
Hey,
so
Lisa.
There you go. Ready to roll. And hello, Scott. How you doing, buddy? So we're here. She's here. I want to say congratulations. Now, we were talking off air. Most schools, we have 58 kids, something like that. Anyway, we're not that big for a 4A school. Most schools don't have an adequate backup quarterback. They're just out there kind of mopping up, doing what they got to do. Elizabethton, because of the system that you have in place, the Junior Cyclones and Tia Duggar, the third string quarterback, which is her son, he had 703 going in the other night and through. He told me to meet the Cyclones at 158. Don't embarrass me. 703 and 158 would be what? What would that be?
Are you talking about his
add them up?
completed passes?
No, yardage.
Oh, okay. So I think there it was 163.
The other night?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this because I ain't going to try and cipher them by myself. I'll embarrass myself. All right, so come on, calculator. Thank you. 703 plus, what'd you say?
I think it was 163, but I could
We're
be
gonna go
wrong
with
too.
that.
I honestly don't.
So a
know the
freshman,
stats
third
that
string
well.
quarterback, 866 yards, ended up throwing 11 touchdown passes.
I believe
Ain't too
so.
shabby for a ninth grader. So point being, the system's in place for the Cyclones, and her son ended up being a third string quarterback simply because Rhett got hurt, or Whitehead got hurt first, and then Rhett got hurt, and so they had to go to the third guy and next man up, and he answered the bell. He did a very good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank you very much.
yeah, you should be proud of him. So should Brandon, and the whole community should be proud of him. So, and as we all know, he's not that tall, but he's got a heart. He's not that big, but he's got a heart big as his room. I mean, he is. Saw him out the other night at the Meet the Cyclones. He's already switched gears. He's in the basketball mode now. But anyway, a tribute to him. Sean will be here in a little while to talk about the team, and I'm sure it'll be part of the. Well, he's already talked about it on Friday night, the post-game show, about how this young man stepped up, next man up, and that's, this in life. It's not just in sports; it's in life.
Yeah.
Next person up. Somebody goes down, somebody quits, somebody leaves, somebody whatever. Somebody's the next person up. That's how we roll. And Bryson Blevins did it well. So
Thank
there
you.
you go.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And as Forrest Gump says, that's all I'm going to say about that. But he did a really, really good job. And now we're into basketball. We'll start the Jamboree Thursday night. We're going to stream it from East High School. We'll talk more about that here in a little while. She's here on behalf of the credit union. I was there just at the Oakland Avenue branch this morning. We got Christmas ornaments across. You can buy King or it's primarily Elizabethton tree ornaments, correct? The covered bridge and different things.
They've been putting them up.
Yeah, they're
Even
right across.
Chick-fil-A has got some wreaths on the building.
Mm-hmm. But you guys got the ornaments you can buy through the credit union that are different things of
Yes.
Elizabethton.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are the ornaments. I believe the Senior Citizens Center.
Mm-hmm.
They
Covered bridge.
sell them, and it's just different
Places around
places in
Elizabethton.
Elizabethton. Yes, they're really, really nice, and they're great gifts for any family that live in the area, and definitely can buy them at the credit union. We do sell them every year.
Yep. Or if you don't live in the area anymore and you want to have a keepsake or a memory maker of days gone by when you lived around here, you can buy one and send it to somebody who doesn't live here anymore. We got bingo, by the way, coming up at 5:30 tonight. Yep, we got bingo. It says on the sign right there. We got the brand new milkshake, the seasonal peppermint milkshake in the house. The cherry berry's gone, and the new milkshake is starting today at all Chick-fil-A's, including here. You like it, the seasonal peppermint milkshake? You a fan?
I like it.
I do too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's good.
Yep, it's the second most popular milkshake behind the peach. Peach, Tommy said, who owns the place, that it's by far the most popular milkshake out there. So, but the seasonal peppermint is here, and it's going great guns already. Today's first day, and so we're here again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, talking to Whitney Blevins from Northeast Community Credit Union. What's going on with the credit union? What do you want to tell us about?
Well, we have our community center. We just hosted our first network meeting last week. It went really, really well. Great turnout. Thanks to all that came to that, and made it very special for us. But the community center is now open to the community.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a need, we have got the availability for that space to now be rented out to anyone in the community that would need a space, for anything business related. Is kind of like what we're wanting to stay around as far as it being oriented to that specific need. We are hosting the Elizabethton Chamber breakfast next Thursday at our community center. So that is up and rolling. We're very, very happy that we're able to provide that particular availability to
Absolutely.
our community and open that up to the community to be more involved.
Andrew told me, and I can't remember how many people you can hold, but it's one of the bigger places in Elizabethton to have a meeting of a large quantity of people.
I know it's over 100.
Yep.
I want to say around 150.
Yep. So
So
it's available. And so how do we get information about when do we call? Do we
yes, you can just call the credit union. We've got somebody that is designated to fulfilling the request. Her name's Christy Hobson, and the number just to reach her directly is 547-1200, 423-547-1200.
So if you want to rent it, and they've got all the technology to do PowerPoints and microphones, and if you need to have a chamber meeting, a business meeting, an executive meeting, a classroom, whatever you need it for, give her a call or call 547-1200. Ask for Christy. Christy's the booking agent, if you will, to find out the room availability and when it. And I would assume that this time of year, the word's getting out. That's why we're doing it now. So more and more people are going to be taking advantage of it. So the holds or seats over 100, and it's not very many in Elizabethton can do that. So it's a good sized room for a good sized meeting. And if you didn't need it for 25 or 100, whatever. And so if you need food catered in, they can do it. These people right here can do it. Chick-fil-A and bring food into the meeting. So, but give her a call, 547-1200.
Chick-fil-A is amazing
Oh,
to
yeah.
work with.
Oh, yeah. 547-1200 is the number to call. And again, Christy Hobson is your contact. So what else going on?
Well, I am the commercial loan manager, so just to talk a little bit about that and just about how we've got, very competitive commercial loan rates. We've got very competitive consumer loan rates. It starts out with opening up a business account with us, letting us be your account holder for your business. And then once you have established that business account with the credit union, that opens up the door for all of the services that we offer, including lending opportunities. So, I would love to be a point of contact for your business. Our, credit union, we've just got so many great staff on our team. And it's really nice to be able to do business with people you know and trust. And that's what our mission is all about at the credit union.
So, in the last 60 days, don't name names, but how have you helped businesses? And one time, one of the earlier visits, you said you helped them get a new fleet of vehicles, and so there's lots of different ways. How have you been helping folks lately with commercial loans?
Still kind of in the same line of work as far as providing vehicles for their businesses, whatever their business needs may be, whether it's construction, whether it's towing, just different needs. But when you start a business and you're growing, you're going to have options for lending, depending on how well you are when you're starting up. And creating that membership and relationship with us from the beginning really does help when we are making those lending decisions as well. So, just vehicles, commercial real estate, if you've got rental property, rates are, trending downward. And, for the future, that seems hopeful for lending. And if you've got any commercial real estate, whether you own it already or it's, on a note that's above 8%, I know that we can beat that. So give me a call.
You heard that. If it's above 8%, look here. Northeast Community Credit Union says, hey, it's Whitney and Mr. Tom. Good morning from NCCU. Wave at them. That's your peeps over there.
It is. They're tuning in.
They're tuning in. So we better sit up straight, talk good about them, because we will. We love the credit union. So, again, the tour of schools. We just finished with the city. We are in the county now. We're going to be back at it not this Friday, but next Friday. And we'll be at, I can't remember where I'm going to be. I want to say Cloudland Elementary, but we're going to be back at it next, the 21st, the Carter County Tour of Schools. The readers are winners. Andrew and I just went around and made our first 9-week giveaway to all the kids, the top 5 kids of each grade at each school of East Side, West Side, and Harold McCormick. They all got glow-in-the-dark water bottles that Andrew went and had made, and the kids went nuts over them, the glow-in-the-dark orange water bottles.
They were cool. I saw
Oh, yeah.
them.
The kids going, that's so cool. So we do the readers are winners for the credit union because we're all about it. And so if you are a business and you want to expand, we need more square footage and we want to build on, you help them with that too,
Yeah,
right?
we actually can. We can do the commercial real estate construction loans. We just have so many different options that I feel confident we could find a way to help
Absolutely.
whatever the need may be. But yes, if you're expanding, just starting, we've got options. So I feel confident in our competitiveness and the competitive rates. Even closing cost is very competitive. So, on the business and the consumer side as well.
A lot of times, this time of year, I've known people in the past have been working for XYZ employers. So, you know what? I'm going to strike out on my own, start my own business. If that's the case, if you're going to start up your own business, you want to meet with you too. You can help them with that.
That is right. Yes, I will be the one to establish that relationship with you from the beginning. That's why I think it's very important to, start the account at the beginning of it all, and then a year or two down the road, as things get off the ground rolling, those lending options, open up that door, and we've already established that working relationship, and it really does help to have everything from the beginning to the end, and we can provide all of those services. So
Start to finish.
Yep.
She's your girl. Or your lady's not a girl, she's your lady. Hello, Liz Wandell. How you doing, lady? Thanks for watching. So it all gets cranked up with her as far as a commercial lending. And so your direct number at the credit union is?
Direct line is 547-1213.
Yep. So I know a lot of people in years past, as I said, that got to the end of the calendar year and said, the new year's coming, I'm going to start my own business. If that's what you're doing, whether it's going to be by yourself, one person business, or 4 people, whatever you're thinking about doing, give her a call and let her help you get your foot started off on the right foot, I should say. For 2026, you're going to start your own business. Or if you're ending up this year and you got money to spend, you want to get new vehicles, or you want to expand your business, or need a new roof on your bed, whatever it is,
1213.
1213. All right. Now, you're a sports girl, sports lady. Who, if you had to pick right now, are you college football? You follow it, don't you?
I do.
All right. If you had to pick it right now, who do you think that, and this is a stretch, of course, but just for saying sake, who would you think would be in the national championship right now if you had to pick two teams?
Oh, that's tough. I think there's a lot of good teams, but
She'll
I
know.
will say
She will have an answer.
I am going to say an answer. I'm going to go with Indiana Hoosiers.
Right?
Or, well, I don't know if that's the correct
They are, yeah.
mascot.
Good
Is
girl.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I think they're doing really well. They beat Penn State this weekend, and Andrea, she is a big Indiana fan.
Oh,
so I'm
yes.
going to say that for her because I know Tennessee is slim on getting in the playoffs. They may not even have an opportunity now.
Oh, they're not.
Okay, I couldn't
I
remember.
don't think. No.
I keep up with it, but I have a lot to keep up with.
So Indiana, who's the other team?
Let's see here. Who else is looking strong?
Let's see.
I mean, Oregon. I
Oregon?
think
Ohio
they've got
State's number one ranked team in
Ohio
the country.
State looks good too.
Here we go.
I'm not a huge Ohio State fan.
There's your top 10 right now.
I see. I do like Alabama. I like their quarterback, Ty Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
He comes from a 1A school. He matched up with Hampton, 2 or 3 years ago in the state state tournament, and I think he's doing really well for Alabama. I think that's awesome. So, to keep it in the SEC, I'll say Bama.
There you go. So you're going to say, if you had to stop today, she would say, which is a really good, strong pick, because Alabama can play. Now, they're going to get tested this weekend against Oklahoma in Tuscaloosa. But Alabama and Indiana is her choice for the national championship. There you go. Hello, Patsy Lyons. Thank you for watching, Sandra Perkins. Great job. Again, we're proud of your son.
Thank you very much.
Great
I
job.
appreciate that. He's had a good opportunity
Oh.
this year, and we've been very proud of him. And the team overall, the senior class, they're special to him, special to us. My oldest son is a senior.
Mm-hmm. How old is
So,
Bryson?
Bryson's 15.
All
He's
right, now
just
you
a freshman.
stop right there. Think about this out there, folks, in internet land. You're 15 years old. You stand on the sideline. You're looking for your chance to play, obviously, because he's a competitor. And all of a sudden, Justin Whitehead, who's the backup quarterback, got hurt 1st. Then Rhett got hurt, and we were riding the rails with Rhett, and then he got hurt, broke his ankle, was out for the year. So they tap you're a 15-year-old kid in a program that's been to the state, won it twice, and the state runner-up the third time. So we've got the tradition backing us, and the 15-year-old said, my knees would be knocking. I'd have butterflies like B-52s in my belly. They'd say, Taylor, get in. It's like, okay. So, but he didn't. When we're out there through, one game he had 4 touchdowns. The other had 3 touchdowns, ended up with 11 on the season. For a 15-year-old kid, whether it's her kid or any kid, you got to be a man to do that. That's tough.
He did good, and
he did.
I thank the coaching staff for trusting him. And
Absolutely.
It's been a lot. It's been an emotional roller coaster in many ways. Still dealing with a loss to an extent and
Yep.
handling that. But it is now basketball season, so
That's
we're
it.
moving on and
You have to.
got to close this chapter and get ready for another one.
Yep. In fact, Coach Witten's here. We'll talk to him next.
Thank
Thank you. Get you some lunch.
I will do it.
She's a good lady. She used to run the Oakland Avenue branch in Johnson City, got promoted, and deservedly so. Ran a good ship over there and is doing a great job as a commercial lender now. The number is 1213? No.
Yes, 547-1213.
I remember that,
We do
actually.
have our branches. I want to say real quick before I hop off the air.
Yep.
As part of being a business account holder, we do offer business spotlights to be displayed at all of our locations. We've got Roan Mountain, 2 in Elizabethton, 1 off the Knottini Highway, and then our main branch where I'm now located. And then we've also got our West Oakland branch, and you can advertise your business for free at all 4 locations. So that's just an extra perk for being a member of the credit union and having your business account with the credit union.
Well, I need to do that. I've never done that.
Yeah, you do.
Tom told us sports. I need to take advantage of that.
You do.
See, I just learned something. I didn't know you could do
You
that.
just learned something.
I didn't see.
So that's part of just being a business account holder. So
You hang with this lady, you learn
yeah.
something. There you go. She makes you smart hanging out with her. Quick break. Sean Witten joins us next. We are here live at Chick-fil-A. We've got bingo tonight. Are you a bingo guru? You like to play bingo?
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've played a game of bingo, but
On my bucket list, I've never been able to do this. I know it sounds stupid, but I've always wanted to call bingo. I've never had a chance to do it. I'd love to get up and go, B4. Watch these
Well-
people at the end. They throw those chips and they go bananas, and I won. They start
Yeah,
screaming.
I've heard that the Senior Citizen Center here in
It's a-
Elizabethton has a very intense
It's intense.
game
Yes.
of bingo,
Oh,
and
yes.
I think it's really open to the community if you go
Mm-hmm.
and play to be there. I've heard it's an experience. So
Yep, I've heard that. But tonight it's here at 5:30 at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. Bingo tonight right here. Sean Witten next on the Tom Bailey Sports Show. In downtown Elizabethton, proud sponsor of Cyclones, the Tom Bailey Sports Show. Holiday season shopping, you want to come here to the Eagle Center and do your Christmas shopping? Tell us why.
We just have a building full of anything you could want. We have very unique items. My vendors are very great at searching out unique things that you won't find just everywhere, and some things that are good for every person on your shopping list.
What's your slogan?
We like to say that things tell a story when people no longer can. Have a lot of things in this building that tell stories of the past, and things that just add a lot of interest to your decor.
2 stories, over 50 vendors. Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
How do we find you on social media?
And we're on Facebook as Eagle Center Co-op and on Instagram as Eagle Center Antiques.
Holiday shopping's here, folks. Do your Christmas shopping here in downtown and Elizabeth and Eagle Center. Be loyal, buy local, and buy it from the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton.
Jeweler's Bench has been providing our customers the highest quality jewelry at incredible prices for over 20 years. With our own jeweler in-house, we offer custom-made pieces, as well as general maintenance and repair services, and unique jewelry for all occasions. Whether you're shopping for yourself or someone special, we can help make your holidays bright. Stop in to see our vast selection and make this Christmas even more special. Highest quality for the best price, only at the Jeweler's Bench.
Back on the Tom Bailey Sports Show, we are live here at Chick-fil-A. You ever played bingo? Are you a bingo guy? They got bingo tonight. You ever played it? You were a kid?
Yeah, I played it when I was a kid.
I guess just being a redneck, I always wanted to call bingo. I'd love to. I can't deny I got a Milligan game, but I'd love to come over and go B12 and G14. So they got bingo tonight here at Chick-fil-A at 5:30, and so it gets intense and it's a lot of fun. You win a lot of cool stuff from Chick-fil-A, and so that's where we are broadcasting live. Gary Rose going to join us, talk a little SEC football coming up. We're going to talk some Cyclone football right now. I know he gets tired of hearing this, but I've done this for 40-some years, and I can tell you, and I won't, coaches that when you win, you're there, and when you lose, you're not there. Friday night, who's the first one up there? Sean Witten to talk about it. Right after it's almost when I was a track announcer in NASCAR. You come off the track, you just got beat, you guys lost by 2 laps, you got thrown in the wall, whatever. They put these guys in front of the microphone, and they wonder why they go bananas, screaming on because the emotion, the adrenaline's still going.
Yeah.
He jumps off over comes up over the fence, comes up through the stands, and sits down 5 or 10 minutes after his season ends. And I appreciate him doing that because most guys will not do that. So it's tip of the cap to him and his grandfather and everything that he was taught and instilled in him. So you look at that game Friday night, and they were good. We kept saying all the way. You said here last Monday and said these guys are real. They're not a cream puff. They're a good football team. And they were. We had our chances, but we saw a good football team, didn't we?
We did. Really good football team. It's not your typical first-round matchup. Region 2 and 4A has gotten so tough, Tom. And I think that when you get in those games, the few mistakes, good teams are going to make you pay for them. Thought we still had a chance and opportunities. We fought back and had our chances, but it's less than a half dozen plays, the mistakes, and then we felt like we had some opportunities there. We had thought we had the field goal block, and then we had the pump snap over our head. We came out and established our identity. We wanted to run the football and shorten the game and kind of mimic the possessions. Those games in the playoffs, Tom, you got to get them to the fourth quarter, with a chance there. And we came out in the second half, got the stops we needed, made the plays, and gave ourselves a chance at the end. And that's really kind of all you can ask for. It's tough. It's bittersweet, the work and the preparation that we got these guys going through. It's just not really about this season as well. It's about what these guys have done through their entire career. It's about the seniors and the guys that have tried to, stick with us. And there's two seasons, regular season, postseasons. The good teams get ready for the postseason. We've had a tremendous playoff run at home, and we felt like getting those guys here was a great opportunity for us, and we just kind of let it slip away.
So the teachers will tell you in classroom, you teach for the testing, which is the test that coming up in the spring, and I get that. So as a coach, to a point, do you coach and get ready for that second? I mean, you got to go through the regular season, but in the back of your mind, are you coaching to get ready for the playoffs?
Well, the great teams do. I mean, if you make some mistakes or you slip up during the course of the season, it's hard to stay at a high level each and every week. And sometimes it can be a roller coaster week in and week out, and then guys go through injuries and in and out of the lineup, and it's a long season. They get a mental block and a physical block, and then all of a sudden, man, you got to be really sharp. All the things you talk about and go through. You'd be crazy not to remind the guys of the 7 a.m. workouts and the night of champions and all the things that we try to do to prepare ourselves for this moment. It comes down to a handful of plays. It's not about one play or a collective plays, but you can't make those mistakes in order to be a championship football team. And good teams are going to make you pay. We've done that in the past. You make teams go length of the field, and we felt we had some opportunities. We really did. We fought back really hard, got the stops. Still had opportunities to kind of to make some plays there, and we just didn't do it. An onside kick, a couple plays there. They were a good football team. They executed when they needed to, and teams that run the football and do some things, they're tough to beat. And this season, you think about this time, you go back and look through our entire football program and in general, from Teaducker JV to Teaducker varsity to Elizabethton High School JV, Elizabethton varsity. We only lost 3 football games in our entire, middle school and high school football program.
That's awesome.
Our middle school and our JV went undefeated, and just speaks volumes to a lot of guys on our team. We got less than 12 seniors this year, and then got less than 12 juniors on our football team. So there's a lot of those grades you see on the roster. There's sophomore, freshmen, rising guys there. So future's bright. Got to get these guys back ready to work hard. And the thing about the long season, Tom, is football's a game of mental preparation. Mm-hmm. Preparation's your separator. You try to prepare these guys, what you see on film, prepare them for the things you're going to see. Obviously Gibbs did a lot of unbalanced formations, and I was kind of blown away at the end of the game that Hemby had 31 rushes at the end of the game. It felt like maybe 20, but not 31. I mean, strong back, reminds you a lot of McDuffie.
Yep.
5'11", 185, ran extremely hard, but they had some, unbalance, and another guy that kind of stepped up for them there early in the game, and they made some plays against us.
So you played and you started Virginia Tech. So I was just looking at the top 25 schedule this week. You got Georgia playing this team now. This week it's Texas, and Alabama's got done playing whoever they play. Now they got ready for Oklahoma this week. So how do people have asked me this? I've never played on that level, nor have I coached. So how do you? I mean, it's every week you go, okay, we just played this team. Go. Now we have to go back on the case of Georgia. They got to go back, and they just got done playing Mississippi State out there. Now they got to come back and go, whew, now we got Texas. Then we got Georgia Tech. So as a player, Virginia Tech, and as a coach on that level, I mean, it is a mental grind. How do you keep them fresh every week?
Well, I think it goes through the course of the week of practice and preparation. It goes to film study, and there's things you got to do through the course of the season to keep the energy up and keep the mindset right. And I think you got to have good practices, and whether it's short practices and preparation in the film or whatever it may be. I think we've done a great job of getting these guys prepared and and trying to get them ready for the strong finish. But it's tough. Majority of our guys are playing both ways, and it's been a gauntlet of a season. Physically, it takes a toll on you, but you try to take things one day at a time, and I think it's why you do some, the early preparations throughout the summer, to get you ready for these things, because the big games, Tom, where it's Greenville last week, Gibbs this week, it comes down to the small details, and I think Kirby Smart does the ATG, attention to details, versus anybody, and those are what separates those games. Special teams, kicking game, those small little staying at home, whether you're safety, taking care of the football, those small things like that come into play in these big football games.
So the onside kick, I will live that one back in my brain. In fact, people at church yesterday came up and said, "Did you know you said dadgummit on the air?" I said, "Yeah, I did." I wanted that so bad. I thought it was, again, I'm not a coach, I thought it was perfectly set up.
You go through those situations. Football is all about situations, Tom. You go through those situations like that, and you never know when they're going to come up. We've worked against Cherokee. Rhett takes the ball from the right hash, moves it to the middle of the field to get a field goal right before the half. I mean, those are situations you go through, and then right there, onside kick. Will's such a great job of touchbacks, and then the kid for Gibbs comes and attacks the football. So the rule is, if you stay behind the on the 49, in the high school football, you have to have 6 and 4. So you can't pile up everybody on one side. You got to have 6 people on one side, 4, and then if the kid crosses the line, he becomes fair game. You can take him out or hit him, but as long as he stays behind, you have to make an attempt to go for the ball. Well, the kid for Gibbs crosses the line and goes for it, and it bounces right off of him, right back to us. We had 3 guys there. Oh. The rule is you can't advance an onside kick. You got to fall on it. Even if you pick it up and were to run with it, it's going to come back to the spot. So at that situation right there, Tom, there's 2 minutes left to go in the game. We have 2 timeouts. Oh, yes. We get the ball right. They had a personal foul, and they won the touchdown. So we kicked off from their 45. So we're going to get the ball right there. I
know.
with a short field, an opportunity to go chance. But that's all you can ask for. It was a great kick by Will. Just got it. We roll footballs every Thursday. We cover kicks every Thursday. We do those things. You got to kind of fall out and make those plays. But that one's a tough play to kind of like, it's so close, and those are the opportunities you got to have.
I'll never forget that long as I live, because we had it.
Yeah, we had it for sure. We definitely had it. We had the block field goal too. We set it up. Both teams had great kickers. We knew that they're going to attempt a long field goal. We were going to come block it with justice. Those situations, we had a scoop and score. We knew we were going to block it. We had 3 people there to scoop it, and we were kind of offsides. But those are the things. Those are the plays. We set it up perfect, and that we knew that we were going to have those opportunities, because the kid came in making four field goals over 40 yards. We knew they're going to attempt some long distance ones there. And when you attempt long distance field goals, you can't get the height on the ball that you normally do an extra point, because you got to drive it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so we had it right there, and kind of stepped over offside. So that one's tough too.
As I've said since I started calling this man's games 7 years ago, I said he's always has got him prepared. He doesn't leave any stone unturned. As he said, the onside kick was perfectly executed, bounced off their kid. It was a live football. We had 2 or 3 guys. It just, as a football would, just squirted loose, and they recovered it. We could have had the ball in their territory, 2 timeouts, and I felt very confident. In fact, I told Eddie during the timeout, Coach Bliss, I said, we get this onside kick, we're going to win this football game. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to go down, tie it up, and we're going to go for 2, and we're going to win this rascal. And it didn't happen, but that's okay. Let's talk about these seniors. I'm going to run them down and read them as a group. Rhett Slagle, Justin Whitehead, Zach Wallen, Tucker Taylor, Jack Blevins, Bryson Lloyd, Justice Wallen, Josiah Bird, Jaden Wallen, Kyler McGovern, Braden Rainwater, Cooper Atkins, Riley Jones, Josh Mann. I think I got them all. I don't think I jumped over anybody. So What a
Well, first off, I had a blast coaching this football team. I mean, each week you saw our offense, especially all the different things that we did through the course of the season, and then we battled so great. Our season started off, we were throwing the ball a lot early. We had weapons on the outside a little bit. We had to groom our offensive linemen. We had to kind of figure out how much was too much with some of our linemen playing both ways, and we knew we had a staple of running backs, but collectively we felt, we come out of the gate and we go with, our strength, and that was throwing the ball. And when you got a kid like Rhett that can make the throws, push the receivers on both sides, we had backs that could catch the ball in the backfield, and then, between CJ, Bird, and Justice, a number of those guys playing linebacker as well. You kind of had to adjust your formula. Middle of the season, we get back to running the football, and we use our running backs and groom our offensive linemen there. And then, in order to be a strong football team in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the football and stop the run. We saw that Friday night. I mean, Gibbs was about as good as anybody as running the football, giving you different looks. But a combination of things helped us out this season. Just our receivers helping in the run game. You saw more motions than you probably ever seen by our team. And then, the consistency of some guys stepping up in their positions. What Riley Jones and Calix did at the defensive ends allowed us to do different things on offense, kept those guys fresh at the defensive ends positions. But you go look at those lists of those names, Tom. I mean, Bryson Lloyd joined our program this year. The rest of those guys have been in our program for 4 years. I mean, you can talk about statistics, but the thing that sticks out with these seniors is the character, the integrity, the discipline, the hard work, the loyalty is a word we use in our program a lot. You bleed orange and black, and that's what these guys have done. And then you go down through there. Rhett's a dual sport athlete. Justin's all conference in 3 sports. Rhett was player of the year in baseball. I mean, Zach and Justice and Jay Bird, those guys that have been the heartbeat of our program for 4 seasons. Just what they've been able to do in the weight room. While other guys are playing baseball or track, whatever, those guys are collectively holding us together in the weight room. Just the toughness and the tenacity and those things. McGovern is a freak individual, what he can do as a specimen on the side. And the thing I love about McGovern is his unselfishness this year. He was a D-tackle defensive end last year. Then he comes over and becomes an offensive lineman. And that's kind of an unsung hero. We talk about that a lot on your show. Braden Rainwater, man, you go to that battle with that guy in today. If you're going to go in a foxhole with Braden Rainwater, he's the one that's going to walk out. He's about as tough as it gets, and you got to have that leader of your offense. You saw Braden this year. He probably pulled more than an offensive lineman we've ever had in the past. We call that a Chicago Storm, a Chicago Thunder. It's a Chicago Lightning. He definitely brings all those to us, and so Braden was sidelined his sophomore year at the beginning of the season with a broken wrist, a broken hand. Then his junior season was cut short at the end of the year because he had a torn ACL, worked his butt off to get himself back. And then Josh Mann was a new guy this year. Cooper Atkins played 3 years to have the final senior year. Last year he didn't even play at all because he broke his collarbone in preseason. And here he comes and starts. He played all left tackle, left guard, right tackle. He was playing his best football the last several weeks, man. He was holding it down at left tackle. Tucker Taylor did a great job in our program for 4 years. Mentioned his name. He's an unsung hero. Used Tucker's name a lot. He did a great job. Like the Greenville game, just what stands out is kind of not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. I mean, Tucker's relentless and more of a defensive guy for us. Played corner and safety for us this year, and then. Rhett, you lose him, your heart breaks. Justin, you lose him, your heart breaks. And, Bird was in out of the lineup this year. But, love those guys. Josiah Bird's have been a great kid in our program. And, just so proud of all those guys, man. You just, it still doesn't hit you because you see these guys in school and it's hard after the game because, it's hard to just kind of stand out there and you just don't expect for it ever to end, And
Yep.
I think there's situations we've had in the past where you're up against a fight. We felt good that we had a good matchup and we're at home, and when it's over, you're kind of stunned, you're kind of shocked, And I don't think it kind of hits you. You feel like you got to go back to work, and you're going to get back, got another game, but you don't. So, hats off to those guys, but more importantly, those guys have their families have been in our program for 4 years or even through Tia Duggar. So They've helped us in our touchdown club. They've helped feed our young guys. Whenever you call on them to do fundraising, they're always there. What I like about it is the relationships you have with like guys like Rhett. When it comes baseball season, he's a baseball player. The minute he's done, he's back, rallying, ready to go. And I've always been a guy that, even with Rhett, you don't really want him to be just come and go. But those guys keep in touch. They, it's not my job to talk with Rhett about quarterback stuff when he's in the middle of baseball. But it's just about relationships and working with those guys. And then it's just those guys got you back, and you got. There's a number of guys stepped up for us this year. There's no doubt about it. Bryson Blevins ended up doing a great job the last month of the season. He gave us a chance. How many times you have a freshman quarterback that can step up and still run the offense and give you a chance? I thought we had several opportunities, several chances. The guys put their arm around him and really try to help him. So, we'll be back. We'll get ready to work. But it's been a great season, 8-3. Felt like we had a good spot with this new TSSAA bracket. What we had on. Knew we was going to get an opportunity, maybe go to Chattanooga, host a second-round game. Had a great matchups. We thought was in a great position, and we faced so much. To win at Tennessee High, win at West Ridge, two new teams we had on our schedule there, and then we took care of business throughout the middle of the season and the rest of the season. But so proud of the guys and what they've gone through. It's really kind of hard to put into words what those guys really mean to you. It's tough. They're not just your players, but they go to battle with you any day. And you talk about I've had many siblings. Andrew Blevins, Jack Blevins, the Wallen brothers there. Jay Bird being related to those guys. Those are memories that last a lifetime.
What struck me about this team, it proved to me Friday night, because I told everybody 48-7 we're a better football team than that. Greenville got us pretty good down there. We get to have them up here next year. But down there on that night, they got us pretty good. But I said, you'll see a different football team Friday night. And we did. We got down. We were in a hole. We dug ourselves out of the hole. If we get the onside kick, we got a chance to go down and make a difference. So I like the grit. You always talk about the grit every time you come over here. I like the grit and the tenacity this team showed. After getting beat by their big rival like they did down there, they bounced back.
Well, the Week 10 game is tough because regardless whether you win or lose, you got to bounce back quick. And I think it plays a toll on your mind mentally because they take so much out of you, and then the preparation too. Every play, every rep. You're on the edge of your seat. And you work so hard to prepare yourself. Every year we've gotten to there, especially where those Week 8, Week 9, the last regular season game. Everything kind of shapes to that, and we've done a great job of getting ourselves there with the best possible. We can do it. We've gotten there undefeated. We've gotten there taking care of business. We've gotten there without any hiccups, and you're fighting your tail off for conference championships. And so when those games happen, you got to rebound quick. I still think it takes a toll on you. It's tough to rebound, to regroup and go back to work. But kind of in the back of your mind, it's kind of shoulda, coulda, woulda. What ifs. But that's what 4A does to you. Because Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, it's a tough 4A bracket across the state.
So at 3 o'clock today, instead of going out to the football field, I guess he's going to go up to Tia Duggar and watch Ryder play. Because Liberty Bell, now I used to be a dad and watch Natalie and Brooke and be a daddy for a little while. Because they do play tonight. They play, Liberty Bell plays Duggar at the and they got a good boys basketball team. In fact, I'll never forget the other night, our first basketball game with Tia Duggar, Ryder, we picked him as the player of the game, him and Gorby. So he's not, you'd already went home, but he was down at the bottom of the bleachers with Katie, and I said, Ryder, come up here. And he's like, you thought he did something wrong? I said, here's your player of the game. He said, me? I said, yeah, you played your tail off. You had 9 points in the second half in your floor game. So what do I get? I said, you get 4 Travs and pizza in. So I'll never forget his face. He thought he did something wrong. So he used to be very proud, his dad is, and I used to be a daddy. So and then coming up on the 21st, which is Friday, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll have the official ribbon cutting of the facility. But I'm going to run down who we got left. We lose some great kids, but I do want to tell you what's coming back because the cupboard is not bare. We got an undefeated Tia Duggar football team coming up, the 8th graders, but coming back from this year's team next year, we'll just run them down real quick because they've earned it. C.J. Mathis, Braylon Britt, William McDuffie, Legend Pate, Sammy Orsman, Lucas Duggar, Callan Reed, Max Fields, Anthony Orton, Bryson Blevins, Ryan Jones, Aiden Cole, Connor Cook, William Bowers, Brody Thompson, Jeremiah Williams, Ryan Ribeiro, Eli Whitaker, Malik Silvers, Landon
Man and Money. Just call them Land and Money. That's what we call them.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Landon Money, Chase Gilbert, Jace McElroy, Landon Reedy, Daniel Overby, Cooper Green, Nathan Garland, Ryan Green, Isaiah Nutter, Lennox Loveday, Dylan Heading, Elijah Robinette, John Horniak, Rylan Taylor, Connor Kemp, Bryson Hughes, Brock Mosley, Lincoln Horniak, Brendan Orellana, Riley Greer, Austin Haskell, Nolan Loveday, George McKintrick,
Yeah.
Harrison Hobbs, Stokes Powers, Carson Thompson, Dagan Walker, Rylan Peters, Eli Phillips, and Calix Daughtery, plus the kids coming up from an undefeated Tia Duggar team that ran the table. Their 8th grade class went 22-2 in their years of playing at Tia Duggar. So the horses are in the barn, Coach.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do to get those guys prepared, and it's a great group to bunch to work with. I think there's a lot of talent there, and it really comes down to the physical toll. Guys got a new facility is going to definitely play big dividends for us to be able to get the weight room going and get the guys to get in there and work together. That's really what it's about, is working together and seeing each other sweat off each other and work with each other and kind of overcome the courage that it takes to get bigger, faster, stronger, and see if we can rebound for another 2026 season.
The ribbon cutting is going to be on Friday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Special day, special time. It all goes by because Deanna Ryder said yes.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Miss Ryder said yes to Big Daddy coming from Tazewell, coming down here to coach Elizabethton. The rest is history. To the point went from there to the Ryder Center for Athletic Performance building, the ribbon cutting, and all the sweat behind the scenes people in the city and the school board, everybody that's been a team effort. We'll do the ribbon cutting Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it 1 o'clock? Is that right?
Think so.
Yep. So we'll be there to stream it. It's going to be great. And so for folks who have no clue out there, tell us in closing, what's inside the building.
Well, it's a long time coming. My granddad, for years, we tried to get a field house, whether it was at the old stadium at Tia Duggar or this back area back there. There's been several projects or several drawings to get some for over the years. Our school's never had a field house to say, whether it's been a locker room, weight room, or a culmination of things. But over the years, to get the new stadium, and then things have come together. But it's a half-size basketball gym with a weight room and indoor turf. The turf's about 30 yards, and then just a weight room facility that can hold team settings, to get the environment, the morale. It's got the first-class weight room equipment, and then, for all of our sports teams and all of our sports clubs teams, they can use those facility. It's just where, we've got strength conditioning classes during the day. You're trying to get sport athletes working, and then it can be used from after school as well. So that's the biggest thing is the more people you have working for a common goal at one time, the better you're going to be. And before, like summer or spring or spring practice, you've got to kind of work in shifts. So football, obviously, or band, or teams that have basketball, they got early practice, late practice. Now they can get it right after school. So you're trying to house as many student athletes as you can at one time, and then obviously have a place to go. We benefit from that when it's cold or rainy, to be able to get some type of work in, and so that's going to help, especially these winter sports and spring sports, to where you always got a place to go. And then I think you create a standard amongst the sports. Every sport has a standard, but we want a standard amongst the athletic sports program that best is a standard, and we want to be winning championships or competing for championships year in and year out, and tradition never graduates. And it's something to look forward to with these guys that are in youth sports and in middle school. They have something to look forward to, and a great place to take pride in. First class facility that nobody else has that around here in East Tennessee, that a program our size. So great facility. Appreciate the administrators that put it together and everybody that kind of helped fundraise that. So it's a first class operation place, and we're definitely going to use it to the best of our ability.
So in closing here, you look at the Elizabethton kids, they get a chance to play baseball down at Northeast Community Credit Union on the turf, on the park. Softball's got a turf now. We got the Ryder Center for Athletic Performance. Here's a quick look at your new football field.
Look good. So great facilities. You got to invest back in the people there, and there's you think about the amount of teams that use that on from Monday to Saturday, and then the thing we do routes Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So there's a lot of work that goes into it that people don't realize. But to have a first class facilities, locker rooms are important. Everybody's got their own space and where you can succeed and have your own items there, safely locked up. And then it's just all about what we can provide these guys with a great experience for 4 years, and always leave it better than you found it.
So for a town the size of 15,000, my point is these kids are playing for Tia Duggar and Elizabeth and I wearing the orange and black. They got some really nice facilities to participate in. Hope they don't ever take it for granted. This is not Nashville or Knoxville this is Elizabethton, 15,000 with some really cool facilities for our kids to get better in. I know it's tough for you to come by.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Always appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thanks
coming,
for all
sir.
you do this season.
Yeah, thank you, because he's a good one. So we got to move on, of course, to basketball. But he's got, he's got to sit and think, what if? He's already told me that. He said, what could have done something different, could have done this different. So he's second guessing. Everybody else, including myself, moves on to basketball. Then after that, we move on to baseball. He's still got to set, at 3 o'clock today when he's supposed to be going out on the field. He's not. So there you go. Summer Johnson and Gary Rowe coming up on the Tom Dolan Sports.
The greatest labor-saving device of the 21st century is here. It's the revolutionary grocery delivery service from Food City, powered by Instacart. It's perfect for busy professionals, moms on the go, or anyone looking to have more free time. Just shop online for the same fresh meat, farm fresh produce, and all your grocery needs delivered straight to your door. Visit foodcitydelivers.com.
Double C Western Supply in Elizabethton, your Cowboy store, and so much more. We have shoes and boots for guys and gals. We have kids' boots and shoes for the little people, too. Ball caps, Marriott Wrangler, a large selection of Huey. We have purses, billfolds, handbags. We carry a full line of Montana Silversmith jewelry. We have both Lane Frost and Huey cologne and perfumes. We even have several styles of rugs to choose from, and a large kids section full of boots and shoes and jeans and dresses and even stuffed animals. And jeans, and more jeans, both work and casual for guys and gals. Ariat and Wrangler in all sizes and styles. T-shirts for men, women, and kids. For cold weather, we have fleece tops and sweaters. And racks full of men's shirts, including the George Strait line from Wrangler. Short sleeve and long sleeve shirts for men and women. Vests and jackets for the cold days and nights for the guys and the ladies. We have a full line of tack and cowboy hats for cowboys and cowgirls, along with belts and a great selection of saddles. So you see, it is a cowboy store and more. Double C Western Supply, Railroad Street, Elizabethton. Find us on Facebook and at doublecwesternsupply.com. Back on the Tom Dolan Sports Show coming up. Take a look at top 25 football, NFL football. Got a big one tonight, Monday Night Football. We got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Ooh, that's going to be a good one in the NFC. That may go a long way to the playoffs. So we're joined by Summer Johnson. Let's see, your bunch goes to Georgia this weekend. Hook 'em Horns, Texas.
I think so. Yeah.
They got a little game down there on Saturday evening down between the hedges.
Yeah.
She's a Longhorn. Is that how you do it?
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. I probably just made a terrible sign. Something like that. I like the Vols too. I love the Vols and I love Arch.
You just offended. It's supposed to be Hook 'em Horns. I think.
Some way. I don't know.
That. I don't know.
I love the Mannings. That's it.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah.
Hello to Kanan Ingram. That's a brand new name. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. So we are. By the way, this is crazy, but we did the Meet the Cyclone Saturday evening, and as I went on there, I checked. We had almost 7,000 views, 6,800 views for a Meet the Cyclone basketball thing headed up by Andy Hilton and Josh Pate, and of course Lucas Honeycutt ramrodded it. So it was really cool. You can go back and watch it. All these little kids came by, and we did them one by one. First name, last name, and the jersey. Most of them went, I'm 20. They didn't know what the numbers were. Some of them didn't know what the names were. They were so wild. The place was packed with people, and the kids were getting introduced. It was a great atmosphere. So anyway, that was on Saturday. So thank you all. And the point of all that is we got some new. There's another one, Misty Hammond. That's a new one. Another new listener. Thank you, or viewer. So this young lady has worked it hard to get trees to benefit reading in Carter County and Elizabethton City Schools, which I'm all about. And so the library, she brought me an ornament. It's cool. The library that Dolly built. On back of it is a picture of Dolly. And there it is.
I actually have those for sale.
Oh, we do? Those for sale?
We have those for sale.
That's awesome. So this is Summer Johnson, Carter County Schools, and so we're pushing reading. But how it's going to benefit you all out there watching, you get to go by these businesses. She's about to tell you who they are and where they are, and bid on the trees that have been decorated or are being decorated.
Yeah.
If you win the tree, you take the tree home, of course, because it's a bidding process. The money goes to help push, for lack of a better term, push reading in Carter County and Elizabethton City Schools. Tell us about it, would you please?
So all the money goes to Imagination Library, and we buy books for kids birth to 5. They get a book a month every year until they turn 5. It was started by Dolly Parton. Everybody thinks Dolly pays for the books, but she does not. She just kind of got everything started, gets deals with publishing companies at a reduced rate, and then we are responsible for raising half of the shipping costs, and then Governor's Early Literacy Foundation pays for the other half. So it's about $2 per child is the best guesstimate, give or take, because shipping's more on hardback books naturally than paperback. So it costs a little bit more money. So we're trying to raise money so that we can make sure every kid in Carter County is signed up for Imagination Library.
Which includes Elizabethton City Schools. So
Yeah.
it's everything in the county, including the city. So right now, how many books are going out? You told me this last time.
So it's about 1,900.
74, 75, I think you told me.
Yeah.
So, but we're not maxed out. We can get more money in the pipeline. And this is a great way to do it because these trees have been donated and they're being decorated by the businesses. Is that correct?
Yeah, businesses. We have some community organizations, Builders Club, Key Clubs, things like that.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
So the trees all over Elizabethton. She's about to tell us where.
Yeah.
I need a list too. So after tomorrow, I'm going to promote it every day. How long can they go bid on it? When's the cutoff to bid?
So bidding will be online, and it is with David Collins Auction Company. I think if you Google like Collins and Company, you can find that there. So hopefully he'll have everything up, and it'll start on Friday. Is our goal to have bidding start by Friday. So bidding should close around December 1st is the goal, and then pickup for the trees will be December 6th.
So you go online to David Collins, which is one of our sponsors, of course, and you bid on it, and then you win the tree. You go get the tree, and you got a tree. It's already decorated. The money that you bid on goes to help kids read in Carter County and Elizabethton City. Everybody wins. The businesses get the foot traffic, but you got to bid on it. You win the tree, and you get to take the tree home. You have a tree, and the money goes into the kitty to buy books for the kids.
Exactly.
It's the brilliant idea this young lady came up with.
Well,
So
have a good team behind me that's helped.
I've never met the team, so I'm giving props to Summer Johnson. I've never met the team, so there you go.
Yeah.
And if the team did it, she's the point person. So tell us. Carrie
Hey.
Taylor says summer is the best. There you go.
Oh, I love Carrie Taylor. She's so sweet.
She's
She's precious.
She is. She does
Precious
all
lady.
my IT stuff. She's awesome.
She's smart. She's good at that.
Could not be where I'm at.
I know.
The progress of the show without Carrie Taylor.
So we have Lingerfeld Drugs. Beautiful tree. It's on display. I saw it last week. Coffee Company. There is a tree at August Muse that was decorated by Life Care. Duck Crossing, the Eagle's Nest. There is a tree on display at T.A. Duggar, and I just got pictures of it, and it is gorgeous. It has all of the collectible Kiwanis Club ornaments from downtown Elizabethton. So there's $100 worth of ornaments on that tree alone, just in the collectible ornaments. It's beautiful.
At the T.A. Duggar tree?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's so pretty. There is another tree that T.A. Duggar Builders, it's Betsy Builders, it's a different builders club. It will be at Lantern Realty. It should be there this afternoon. First Christian Church has a tree on display. Farm Bureau in Valley Forge, Mr. Matt Reagan did that tree for us. Eastside Elementary has a beautiful Dolly Parton tree. It is at Antiques on Elk. River Riders has a tree on display at Edward Jones there on East E Street,
Awesome.
across from City Market. And then we have Double C has a tree. It's beautiful. Cowboy hat on top. It looks so good. We have a tree decorated by Dr. Billy Joyce Fine from Milligan College. It's at the public library. Northeast Community Credit Union has a tree at the library. And then Caris Hospice has a tree that is going to be at the Chamber of Commerce. And then we have Jared Ellis was supposed to do a baseball themed tree. That was the last I heard from him, so I don't know if it's baseball themed or not. But it is up at the courthouse. And then East Tennessee Cigar Company has a tree, and we also have a unique glass tree. I don't know if everybody saw the TikTok, Facebook trend where you take the vintage dishes, cake stands, and you make the trees. So we have one of those, and that will be at Mary Googe's office.
So, since Carrie's watching the show, Carrie, what we need to do is get these pictures of each of these trees. We can post it, and I can periodically go, boom, go to this company and bid on this one. Because once you see the trees, that'll get the activity going.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So
we also, and I forgot one. I forgot ours. How did I do that? Carter County Head Start and Pre-K has one at Petal and Pine Children's Boutique.
Oh, it's my new sponsor. I love it.
She's great. I love Tara.
Tara Carden. She is awesome.
Yeah.
So that's neat. So have her email them to me. Carrie Taylor's what? We're thinking alike. There you go.
Hey.
I call her Sis.
She's good.
Oh, she is good. Sis Taylor. So she's my sis, sister in Christ. So anyway, it's good. So we start bidding Friday.
Hopefully it'll be all online Friday. There will be signs on every tree that will have a QR code, and it takes you to the current auctions.
This is brilliant.
So we're trying to streamline as much as we can. So hopefully everything will be on there Friday, and bidding can start then.
So for those who don't know about the Imagination Library, again, you have these kids will get a book from newborn to 5 years old. Every month we mail them a book in their mailbox. You remember when you were a kid? When you were a kid, everybody likes to get mail. Remember when I was a kid, I used to get a thing from Shoney's of all places back in West Virginia. When you had your birthday, you got a birthday card in the mail to go get a free meal at Shoney's. Get you a piece of strawberry pie. We fought over those, us 4 boys, because we got mail. So it was really neat. So kids like to get mail.
Love it.
And every month they get a book.
60 books in their library when they turn 5.
Yep. Can't beat it,
amazing.
folks. So you'll respond because the business has responded, and you'll respond because you'll bid on these items. So I'm getting kind of excited to see them too. So
They're gorgeous.
the glass Christmas tree. Tell me about that
It's
one.
so pretty. It is so pretty. It's been in my office, and the girls in the office are like, I really want this one. And so I showed it to Mary Googe this morning, who happens to be my sweet little aunt. And I said, can I put this in your office? And she said, absolutely. And she said, I think I need that. How much is that going to
There
be?
you
I said,
go.
you got to bid on it.
Got to bid on it.
So I think that one's going to be a hot ticket item. It's unique. It's beautiful.
Got to play to pay.
Yeah.
Got to pay to play. So you got to bid on it. It's good stuff. So we will get that. Carrie's watching. So my IT girl who does a wonderful job, IT lady, we will get those pictures. So periodically I can go, boom, here is your trees are going to be where?
Mine's at Petal and Pine.
Here's the Carter County
Head Start and Pre-K.
Head Start program tree at Petals and Pine. Boom, go there and bid on it. So we will get, how many of those are 20?
There's 20 trees.
I will periodically during the show go, boom, go to this, because it's all to promote reading for these kids.
Yeah.
You got to be able to read. And so summer's all about that. So fair statement, readers are leaders. Readers today, leaders tomorrow is what the late Walt Disney said. He had a pretty good thing going down in Disney and out in California, down in Florida. So the importance, you deal with it every day. So in closing, tell these folks how, and they know it, but it's good to remind them again to start early and get them proficient. How important it is to have these kids read well.
Oh, so important. Just the exposure of a book, to know, hold a book in their hand when they're little. People say, oh, I don't want them to tear them up. Let those babies hold those books and chew on the books and play with the books. It's the most important thing you can do.
I will tell the story. It doesn't matter who the kid is because it's back in West Virginia, but growing up, we used to take turns reading out loud in class. And he was not very good because he couldn't read well. And so it was in third period. I can see it like it was today, which was a long time ago. But I can remember that little boy, every time he got ready, he knew he was getting ready to read, boys and girls, get your books out, we're going to read. And she would periodically call on people to read 2 or 3 sentences. He always asked to go to the bathroom. Every single day he went to the bathroom in that period because why? He didn't want to be embarrassed because he couldn't read.
Exactly.
Or couldn't read as good as the rest of us could. So it's just paramount. You got to be able to read.
Yep.
And so you're doing this for these kids. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all for the children.
Yep, the Imagination Library. So, we're waiting to give you give me the green light that David Collins has this ready to go on Friday, right?
Yes,
All right.
that's our hope.
Yep. And so we bid until December
1st is our goal.
which is a fairly short window.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because every penny, every dollar raised bidding these trees goes right back into getting these books to these kids in Carter County, Elizabethton City Schools. It is a no-brainer, a brilliant idea. You should copyright this promotion, because somebody else will take this and run with it, because that's really smart marketing. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Get you some lunch. Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns. Go Vols.
Go Vols. We'll take a break. Gary Rose next. He is giddy because his Wildcats beat Florida. He is on cloud nine. We're going to talk SEC football next on the Tom Baylor Sports. Tell us why. A lot of real estate companies out there. Why David Collins and Collins and Company?
Well, we service before and after the sale. I think that's a big thing. And follow through on phone calls. I think, and I have a lot of people just comment on how professional our website is, how professional our agents are, and what we do, and how we follow through with things. For instance, I'm not telling the name of a real estate company or anything like that. That's had a buyer that bought one of our houses through another agency, and she just called me. She said, my agent didn't show up at closing, didn't bring me any keys, we didn't do a final walkthrough. That's pretty sad. And, I just want to let folks know, you come here, you're going to get service, follow through. We're going to work through with you, follow you through the process, help you through the process. You don't have a lender. We've got lenders we recommend, attorneys for closing we recommend, and you get full service here.
End of story. Full service. Phone number to call?
423-543-5741.
A 97% closing ratio, folks. Collins and Company, great sponsor of the Tom Baylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Talking to our buddy Molly Hurley from Chick-fil-A. It's football time in Tennessee, the late John Ward would say. On a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon or even on Sunday to watch NFL, you can get your trays from Chick-fil-A. Tell us what we can get there.
Yes, you can. You can get nugget and strip trays, fruit, salad, mac and cheese. We've got cookies, brownies. We've got wraps and veggie wraps. And then we also have our sub sandwich trays that have our cold grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato. Those are really good. And if you're getting it for a Sunday for the NFL games, you can also get the nuggets and strips chilled, so that way we'll cool them down for you, give you reheat instructions, and you can pop them in the oven and have them ready for your party.
How do we order? How do we get them?
You can call the store at 423-297-1266, or you can go online or use your Chick-fil-A app to place an order online.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, 423-297-1266. Our buddy Molly Hurley, marketing lady from Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Baylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports.
In a world where cluttered trash and debris threaten your property, one man is ready to save the day. He's Container Man, your dumpster delivery superhero. Need to clear out your garage? Call Container Man. Remodeling your home? Call Container Man. Demolition waste taking over your job site? Call Container Man. From minor to major projects, Container Man has the perfect size dumpster for every task. With lightning fast delivery and the customer service of a locally owned company, he will help you restore order to your world. When you're ready to fight cluttered trash and debris, call Container Man.
This is Pastor Fallow, Pleasant Beach Baptist Church in Elizabethton, and we'd love to have you come be with us. You and your family be with us on Sunday. I'm standing here in the lobby at our visitors table, our welcome table, and there's packets made up with tells you a little more about the church and get acquainted card, and then also a mug and some things in there for you to take with you to remind you to pray for us. And we've got a place for you and your family. We want you to come. Our goal is for you to know the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior. But beyond that, to find your purpose and contentment in life of knowing Him, walking with Him, and serving Him each day. And so we want you and your family to come be with us Sunday morning, Sunday night, or Wednesday night. We're looking forward to seeing you soon. You can find a little more information about us online at pleasantbeachbaptist.com.
Our success is your success.
Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show, we are here talking SEC football. Wow. As soon as I saw that score, I thought 38-7, he is giddy. And you were, weren't you? Tell me you were giddy.
You know the true definition of mixed emotions is when your mother-in-law is driving your brand new Cadillac off a cliff. that's about where I was at Saturday night.
That's great. Mixed emotions. Your mother-in-law is driving your new Cadillac off the cliff.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. I gotta write that down. That's good. That is good stuff. So
yeah.
So you're telling me. So what he's saying is he's glad they won, but he knows it's going to keep Stoops around.
That's the fear.
That's it.
Yeah, and you know you.
I'm writing this down.
You're true blue, and you want the program to win. You want them to succeed, and that's true. I do. I want them to win. I want them to win every game. But there's just got to be a change. I mean, the two teams that they acted like they'd won the Rose Bowl by beating Auburn 10-3 the week before.
Right.
Auburn's terrible. Florida is beyond terrible. Both teams in the middle of a transition. Now did I think we've got a good freshman quarterback? Yeah, I think Cutter Bowley's a good. I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he could start on most SEC schools in the program. But defensively, they showed up. They played well. But man, alive, the thoughts of us keeping Stoops for more time is just that's a little more than Kentucky fans can handle right now.
So we're going back to all the SEC games from last week and then showcase what's coming up this week. Got some big ones this week for sure. But,
yeah, for sure.
So the Wildcats are now 4-5. The Gators fall to 3-6. They beat them 38-7. And what the highlights that I watched, it looked like two middle school teams. Really, I mean, just there was no energy, no pizzazz. The way I looked at it anyway. But Kentucky goes to 4-5. So is that quieted some of the stuff down up in Lexington or not?
I think it's quieted the administration.
Yeah.
But I think the fan base is still kind of on the same. The fan base understands. Hey, we've got some potential and some skill players, but there's got to be a change. And so you're happy for the kids because they play hard, they work hard. You're happy for the program, but at the same time knowing there's got to be a change. So they play Tennessee Tech this week, puts them at 5-5, and then you've got the last two with Vandy and then with Louisville.
So they're almost bowl eligible.
They're nearly bowl eligible, which blows my mind. But here we are. And the talk already yesterday was things have settled down in Lexington. Well, with who?
Yeah, not with Gary Rowe.
Not with me, or not with the majority of the fan base. So
anyway,
we'll see.
Wildcats won. We'll talk about who they play. We mentioned Tennessee Tech. Other games over the weekend in the SEC. Crimson Tide 20, LSU 9. Not exactly a blowout game per se, but they did what they had to do to win. LSU, I said, would give them a game.
Yeah.
Under a new coach and trying to make a name for himself, and they really were competitive. And either Alabama was not ready to roll because they got Oklahoma coming. They were thinking about them, or LSU really played them tough. What do you think?
They did. LSU played them tough. My dad and I was actually watched that game, and LSU played very spirited. They played with a lot of heart. You could tell there was, with the change they went through, that they were playing for something different. I don't understand what's happened to their quarterback. And he was a Heisman front runner coming into the season.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Far from it. And so, offensively, but now a lot of credit to Alabama's defense. That was probably the best I've seen Alabama's defense play in a long time. Offensively, they struggled some, obviously, with the score, but they had spurts. They just couldn't seem to put drives together. They would have spurts during drives, but then to LSU's credit, I guess they would kind of shut it down. So, good game, good solid game, good old SEC game.
Vanderbilt goes to 8-2. They hold off Auburn 45-38. Auburn's now fell to 4-6. Interim coach, again, you would think in most cases 38 points win you a football game, but it didn't because you gave up 45.
Yeah.
So they've got still got some holes to fill and problems to fix in Auburn. We'll see who they're playing coming up in a minute.
Yeah.
You got Ole Miss beating Citadel 49-0. Probably the biggest story of that game was that Kiffin's daughter got proposed to at halftime down in the field, and he comes out of the locker room and goes in and photobombs the picture. So that was about the highlight of that game. 49-0 over the Citadel. It's a checkbook game, and it certainly was. Georgia goes Mississippi State, puts 41 on them, 41-21. Bulldogs run their record 8-1. Mississippi State falls to 4-5. So what do you take from that game?
Georgia is one of the most unpredictable teams to me right now in the SEC. They'll have a game like this where offensively they seem to have it together. Could be weak defense. I don't know. Mississippi State may have had a weak day defensively, and they're not the strongest team as we know, but typically have been able to play teams pretty tight this year. But they put together a pretty good offensive day, But then they may come out next week and not be able to to put it in the end zone. So they're really unpredictable.
Well, in the other game, and this is the team everybody's talking about, and with good reason. They're now still third in the country. The Texas A&M Aggies over Missouri, 38-17. Thought it was going to be a trap game. It was anything but that. These boys can play.
That game proved to me. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I guess it solidified to me that they're the real deal.
They are.
To go into, it was terrible weather, a high-powered offense in Missouri, and able to do what they did to them at their home, I felt like was the most impressive SEC win of the weekend.
Throttled them, 38-17. And so, Missouri's high-octane offense held them to 17.
Yeah.
So you look ahead to this week, and the Aggies go back home to battle the Gamecocks. South Carolina at 12 o'clock. Again, they've got this one. They've got a cream puff game. Then they've got Texas, the rivalry game in a couple of weeks. So A&M folks are starting to say, and have been saying, but they keep saying going into beating Notre Dame was the big game changer. I just think they went through the SEC like a juggernaut. I mean, these guys are real, Texas A&M.
They really are, and I'll be honest with you, this is the most quiet number 3 team in the nation I've ever I can remember in the last several years.
Great point. Yep.
But they put it together on both sides of the ball, and really in all aspects of the game, and they're very well coached. I'll be honest with you, I haven't talked much about them, even on our segments. I haven't talked much about them. They seem to be the kind of the quiet killers
under the radar.
They really are,
yeah.
and maybe that's just and that may be a credit to their coach. He may be able to kind of keep that rhetoric down, and kind of keep the attention away from them. And good for him if that's the case. But whatever's happening is working, so they're really good.
Well, when you hear the SEC, you hear Georgia, Alabama, SEC. You don't hear much about A&M.
Or even you even hear Ole Miss
Miss
before you hear
Yep.
A&M. You know, and of course, a lot of that has to do with their coach, but still, you still hear more about them than you do A&M.
It's a great point. LSU and Arkansas. That'll be going to Baton Rouge at 12:45 on Saturday. Arkansas is struggling, still trying to find their identity after the new coach and Bobby Petrino. I don't know if he's wowing people or not, but it looks like they're struggling. LSU should have it pretty easily, wouldn't you think?
I would think so. LSU played well the other night. They ran into a really good Alabama defense, and so I think they handle Arkansas at home.
Other games coming up this week in the SEC. We'll take a look at the polls here in a second, but other games coming up will be, and this, of course, you talk Kentucky and Tennessee Tech, 1:30 at Krugerville and Lexington. Checkbook game. The Wildcats should roll over that one, so won't spend a lot of time on that.
They should. I will say this. Tennessee Tech is a good football team.
They are good.
They're undefeated.
Yep.
Very good football team.
So I shouldn't just gloss them over. They should.
No, I think Kentucky wins, but I think they probably go a long way in their division. I think they're a good, solid team.
Steve Spurrier said a couple of weeks ago the man ought to take the job on a permanent basis in Florida and in Gainesville would be one of them, Lane Kiffin or Eli Drinkwitz, the coach from Missouri. They got beat by Texas A&M. They'll stay at home and play Mississippi State. Big game for them.
I think from this point forward for Missouri is a big game because they. The unfortunate thing now in the state that college football is in is that my dad and I were talking about this over the weekend. Ball games don't matter anymore. If you're not in the top 12, it doesn't matter. Your players are not going to play, which is absolutely ludicrous to me. But Missouri, they're kind of playing for pride now. They're kind of out of contention, but I think they still got some things to prove, and it'll better their program obviously to get into a better bowl, even though the players don't play. So I think they still a lot to play for. Missouri takes care of them though. I think at home.
Ole Miss will host Florida on Saturday evening again in Oxford. The Rebels and the Gators. The Gators stunk it up in Lexington. So
they're finished.
Think so?
No, they're done.
All right.
Yeah.
So Tennessee won't have any problem with them either.
No.
Down in Gainesville.
Tennessee will destroy them.
All right. The two biggies: Tennessee, New Mexico State, 4:15 on Saturday. Volunteers ought to blister them pretty good.
For sure.
They've had a week off. If they don't blister them, they got major troubles in Knoxville. I think they'll take care of business easily.
Yeah.
That's the point. New Mexico State with it'd be a checkbook game to whip them and send them home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so for sure. Yeah, they take care of them there at home. Well, they take care of them here in Elizabethton. It don't matter where they play them. They're going to wear
Chick-fil-A parking lot.
Yeah, they'll wear New Mexico State out.
Let me go back to that again. You have the definition of mixed emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my mother-in-law driving off the cliff and driving my new Cadillac off the cliff.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that? That's good.
I heard that a long time ago from a buddy of mine's dad who is full of wisdom.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, that's the definition of mixed. I never heard that. I'm going to use that. Probably use it in the game today. I got Milligan basketball coming up this afternoon against Bethel, nationally ranked team of the Lady Buffs. All right, so you got the two big ones in the SEC.
Yeah.
We'll start with the afternoon game. The Crimson Tide at number 4, hosting the Oklahoma Sooners at number 11. Defense. Who wins this game?
Alabama wins this at home. I think, honestly, if this was in Oklahoma, I believe I would pick Oklahoma. But I think the home field advantage plays a huge role in this game because it is a defensive game. That crowd, the noise, will cause us some trouble with Oklahoma's offense, their cadence, and I think it's an Alabama's game to lose, really.
The last one at 7:30. I think it's going to be a really interesting game. As I said, we talked about this yesterday. I was texting back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I got a chance to speak at his church yesterday.
Yeah.
On his behalf, and it was a great time. And again, thanks to Tracy and thanks to Mike. And so we got a chance to pinch hit because Pastor's out of town, and so he asked me to fill in and had a good time. But we were texting back and forth yesterday. I said, Texas can go a long way in the SEC and the college football playoffs because they got Georgia, then they got a cream puff, and they go back and play Texas A&M in the rivalry game. That could really mess up the college football playoffs and the SEC. So it's that can be a real problematic for both of these two teams are going to play in the future.
Yeah.
Of course, Saturday is Georgia. Who wins that game?
Georgia at Georgia. Texas, though, you think about this. Texas sitting at number 10. They're in a they're actually in the position Tennessee was in 2 weeks ago before they lost. When you sit at that number 9, number 10 position, and you're competitive, and then depending upon schedule and all those types of things, then you're sitting in a good position to keep yourself in a playoff contention. But you think about this: Georgia and A&M still left on their schedule. Now all of a sudden you lose 2 of 3. Now you're out of anything. You know, you're talking about them ending the season, you know, in the top lower part of the top 25, and so you know that's a killer to that program. Or as you say, you pull off an upset on these 2 games. Now all of a sudden you're probably sitting in the top 5.
Yep.
You know, so Texas has got a lot of pressure on them right now.
But they have a lot of potential at number 10.
Yep.
We got 8 teams in the SEC and ranked this week. 3 Texas A&M, 4 Alabama, Georgia 5th, Ole Miss 6th, Texas 10th, Oklahoma 11th, Vanderbilt 13th, and Tennessee 21st. So it's
not too shabby.
Not too shabby. So and more good football coming up. Now starting next week, we're not only going to talk football. We're going to start talking hoops because hoops has kicked in. So
we got a big one tomorrow night.
Wildcats do.
Oh mercy, Louisville.
Oh really?
Yes.
At Rupp.
No, it's in Louisville.
At Louisville.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And they've
at the Kentucky Fried Chicken
in
Center.
Louisville, yeah. It's the Colonel Sanders bucket. and so Louisville already thrown some shots across the bow at us.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
A little trash talking
yeah,
going?
For sure, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I mean, granted, they've been little brother for 100 years. Now all of a sudden they're a Final Four team. They haven't even played anybody, but they've been firing some shots.
I don't think you've taken kind of exception to it, haven't you?
I have.
Yes.
That's very personal to me.
Yeah, a little boy, they finally played big boy basketball, and now they're feeling good about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who have they beaten? You know, Sisters of Mercy.
Oh. Okay.
You know?
So it runs deep over in Wildcat country over here. Goodness. So
deep blue.
Yep. Top 25. Let's run them down for you real quick before we let him go. So Friday night, 15th ranked Louisville. Speaking of Louisville, play Clemson. Dabo and we're back to football. The Tigers are struggling, and Dabo.
Question, Tom.
Yeah.
Is Dabo done?
He's done in Clemson. I think you'll
so?
see him. Yeah, I think you'll see him somewhere else.
Do you think somebody else takes a chance if he's already said that he doesn't want to play the NIL game? Does anybody take a chance?
There's the linchpin of the whole thing. So he refuses to get into the NIL game. But the game, I mean, like Saturday got beat by a field goal. It wasn't like outplayed. It was like a last-second field goal. Georgia Tech got him, so should have won the game. But
then he beats Florida State Saturday, and then they stormed the field. They stormed the field in Clemson
because they beat Florida State.
They beat Florida State.
Yeah,
sub 500 team.
Yeah. So is he done? Well, somebody will buy him out at $60 million. He said, "I'm going to coach somewhere else." So
yeah, I'd go coach grass cutter somewhere.
Yeah. $60 million. By the way, Kelly's making $800,000 this month. LSU coach sitting at home. Also, Friday night, 9th ranked Oregon has Minnesota. That'll be a blowout. On Saturday, number 2 Indiana will go to Wisconsin or host Wisconsin. Number 10 Notre Dame will go to number 24 Pitt. Notre Dame's overrated, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah,
that's a trap game for them for sure.
Yep. Some reason the rankings don't jive with the other rankings I've got. But anyway, Oklahoma's at Alabama. Iowa will be at Southern Cal. Those are 2 top 25 games.
Mm-hmm. Good game.
Texas Tech will host Central Florida. Miami will host NC State. Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Wreck, will be traveling to Boston College. Michigan at Northwestern. That shouldn't be a problem for the Wolverines, I wouldn't think.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Virginia's going to be at Duke. These are top 25 games.
Mm-hmm.
Utah, the Utes will be at Baylor. Washington will be in Purdue to battle the Boilermakers, who pushed Ohio State a little bit in the first half, but then they got blown out.
Yeah.
Ohio State will have UCLA and the Shoe in Columbus. But Nico and the boy, he's going back in for the second time.
Going Nico and the boys.
He has a return
yeah.
visit. He didn't do too good up there last year with the balls.
No, he didn't.
No.
He won't this year either.
Nico, I'm leaving, so no, he won't this year either. No. And then BYU, it's the alphabet game. BYU and TCU play each other. BYU at number 7. I'm not sure that's where they should be, but and TCU's at number. These aren't jiving. Let's go back.
Two teams you mentioned there that don't get talked about a lot that I think are solid teams. Texas Tech's a solid team.
Yes, they are.
And Oregon, a solid team. Never talked about.
You'll see that coach on the move.
For sure.
You said that all season long, and somebody will scoop him up.
Yeah.
And there's rumblings he would be looking good in Florida colors. You got James Franklin out there, so there'll be other jobs popping open. But right now, sitting there is Florida, LSU, what's the other one?
UCLA,
Penn
Oklahoma State.
Penn State.
Yep, Oklahoma
all
State.
Have interims. Arkansas's an interim right now, so
yeah,
there's plenty of choices. I don't know if there's enough good coaches to go around to fill them. The Hokies, by the way, our other regional team will be at Florida State this weekend in Tallahassee on Saturday.
That's going to be a vacancy too, by the way.
Both?
Florida State.
Well, Virginia Tech's on interim.
Yeah, they already are vacant, yeah.
Yep. Norvell's gone.
He's gone.
Yep. And East Tennessee State will play at Western Carolina. So that's your games. So
yeah.
Glad you come, sir. You
yes,
come
sir.
back next week?
Absolutely. I'll be here.
All right, ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
So the big game this week, which is bigger, Alabama, Oklahoma, or Georgia, Texas?
Kentucky, Louisville.
No, I mean in football.
Oh yeah. It's still football season, isn't it? Biggest game of this week is Oklahoma, Alabama.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, lot to ride on that game.
All right, Gary Rowe, my buddy Gary.
Appreciate you, my friend.
Give me one more time the definition of mixed emotions.
Mixed emotions is when your mother-in-law is driving your brand new Cadillac off a cliff. That's mixed emotions.
Oh, yep. Hate that for her, man. I'm going to lose that Cadillac. You got to understand.
Yeah.
All right, quick break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more after this. Take a look at the NFL. Big game tonight. The Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles, a big one. And NFC, we'll talk about it next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Run a little over today, and that's okay. Tom Taylor Sports Show got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide. And we've implemented it with hard work, behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now.
Yes.
At all locations. Our locations are?
They are in Roan Mountain. They are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office. And then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
Social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or bemycu.org.
And the magic main number is?
423-547-1200.
Brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union. Proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. We're talking to our great sponsor of Cyclone Sports and Tom Taylor Sports Show, Dr. Smith, and the folks at Physical Therapy Services. For those out there who have no clue, tell us what it's all about.
Physical Therapy Services is a local mom and pop run physical therapy and occupational therapy clinic. We have clinic locations. We have 3 locations, 2 in Elizabethton, 1 in Roan Mountain. Our main office, where I'm located at 1975 West Elk Avenue, we focus on adults and athletic injuries. We have a pediatric clinic at 1500 West Elk Avenue that does both physical therapy and occupational therapy for the little kiddos out there. And then we have a clinic in Roan Mountain as well to take care of our wonderful Carter Countyans in the Roan Mountain community, and all focused on orthopedics and sports-related injuries, along with just general concerns with patients and people that want to be able to get out and move better. The human body is made to move, and that's what we try to do, is keep people moving.
Keep people moving. Hours are open.
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Social media, how do we find out more about you?
Physical Therapy Services on Facebook. Look us up. You can also find us online at ptstn.net. And or you can just call the office, 423-543-0073, and we will put you in touch with the right people to get you the correct care that you need, whether it's through us or through one of our other affiliates that we work with.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, love promoting them. Again, the great folks at Physical Therapy Services, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
The best furniture event in Cannon's history is going on now. We have made special deals with factories and received a ton of inventory at great prices, and now we're passing them on to you. Save up to 70% off great quality name brand furniture and get it today. Hurry now through Monday at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton.
And back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Got a couple of minutes here before we take out of here. But we do want to tell you about our new sponsor, the Petal and Pine Children's Boutique. Had the Christmas open house down there yesterday downtown Elizabeth, and the place was packed. She said she sold a lot, but she said we'll be back open on Wednesday. She said we still got all kinds of new and gently used, and so they're on sale. They still have the baby shower baskets. Again, they've got from 0 to 12 months. It's the only children's boutique and small kids clothing store in Elizabethton. And so they've got for the boys, John Johns and Christmas shirts and button-down button-down hoodies and hoodies. For little girls, dresses and outfits and coats and rompers. They got shoes, both boys and girls, for newborn to 10 to 12 months rather. Size to 10 to 12. Got accessories, all that going on again at Petal and Pines Children's Boutique. It's in the Ritz Mini Mall in downtown Elizabethton. Closed today and tomorrow. It'll be reopening on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Open 4 days a week. And so it's a cool place, and they do it really well. I've already bought stuff there myself, so it's good stuff, and we appreciate very much Tara being with us on the show. She says it's working, and I appreciate her saying that very, very much. All right, so also remember Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings. Everything in the store is half off the lowest retail price except bedding, but the bedding's got sales going on right now as well in time for the holiday season. So half off the lowest retail price except bedding in everything in the store. 2 floors full and ready to go, and 95% of what you see on the floor is in stock, so you can get it today and have it delivered tomorrow or the next day or one day this week. So it's not like, well, you got to wait 3 or 4 weeks till we get it to you. Nope, you can get it virtually the next day, which is really, really handy and really, really cool. All right, let's take a look at high school football before we get out of here. Let's get our Food City glasses, and we will tell you who's playing where in the high school. Some of the teams still going, some of them are not for high school football. So it goes like this in Single A: Rockwood and Sale Creek, Coalfield, Joe Burns, South Pittsburgh and Oliver Springs, Clay County and Midway. None of our local teams are still in it. Midway and Clay County. South Fulton will be at Richlands, Greenfield and McKenzie, Fayetteville, Dresden, and Memphis Middle College. I think it's M Middle College hosting Eagleville. In 2A football, a couple of highlighters. Going to try and have him on the show Wednesday. Happy Valley, the Warriors blowing out Tellico Plains 45-6. They'll host Bledsoe County. South Green, the Rebels winning over Polk County 23-13 to go 8-3. They will travel to Marion County. So it's 10-1 on the season. By the way, Bledsoe County is 9-2. Happy Valley is 11-0. They'll square off at 7 o'clock at Happy Valley on Friday night. Eagleton, Grundy County, Gordonsville, Oneida, Lewis County, Huntington, East Robertson, Peabody, Milan, Mount Pleasant, and Fairleigh, East Nashville. We'll go over all these tomorrow because we're running out of time here. We got to get ready for a Milligan basketball game. In 3A, Gatlinburg Pittman will host Forest, and Unicoi County will travel to Chattanooga Tyner. Unicoi County defeating Sweetwater 28-21. They're now 9-2, and they'll travel to Tyner in Chattanooga, who's 10-1. Also from our neck of the woods, Greenville, the Green Devils hosting White County. White County is 8-3. Greenville blistering Knox Carter 56-10. So that's your 4A team still alive. In 5A, Sevier County will host Walker Valley. Sevier County beating Knox West 34-9. Walker Valley's at 8-3, and Sevier County is at 10-1. And in 6A football, two teams still going. Dobbins Minute will be hosting Blackman on Friday night. Blackman is 10-1. The Indians are 10-1. And Science Hill, the big upset of Oak Ridge, 35-31, will travel to Green Hill. I don't even know where Green Hill's at. It's a new one. 9-2 are the Green Hill football team, and the Hilltoppers 8-3. So that's what's going on. We'll do more tomorrow about that. NFL football coming up. We got tonight the Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles in a big Monday Night Football game. We've got Milligan basketball, 4:45 airtime, 5 o'clock tip-off, opening game of what's going to be, I don't know, 23, 24 Milligan games this year we're doing, plus Elizabethton's games. We're going to be busy, but it's Buffalo basketball, the Lady Buffs, against Bethel, who's a nationally ranked team. 4:45 airtime, 5 o'clock tip-off today from Steve Lacey Fieldhouse. We'll bring it to you, so we're excited about that. Thanks for our guest today. Oh, we'll give you the verse today. We always dedicate our broadcast to the man who hung on the cross, and we'll do that. And we're going to do it right here, right now. And there we go. Psalms 3:3-4 says, "But you are a shield around me, O Lord. You bestow glory on me and lift up my head. To the Lord I cry aloud, and he answers me from his holy hill. Selah." Or ponder on these things, what Selah means, S-E-L-A-H. You see it a lot in Psalms at the end of the verses. It says, "Thank you, Lord Jesus, for protecting us and for hearing and answering our prayers, always in your time and always in a way that is always best for us. What we think we need, we don't necessarily need it because you know what we need and you take care of us." So Psalms 3:3-4, the verses of the day today here on the Tom Daly Sports Show. Back with you again, coming at you at 4:45, 5 o'clock tip-off. The Milligan Lady Buffs, it's a single game today. We got a doubleheader coming up Wednesday, but a single game today. The Lady Buffs and the Lady Wildcats from Bethel, Tennessee, a nationally ranked team. So we'll see them at 4:45, which is not that far away. So don't forget bingo here tonight at 5:30 at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. Until we greet you at 4:45 from Milligan University for Lady Buff basketball, we'll say as always, bloom where you planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2,392. We're almost at 2,400 shows here on the Tom Daly Sports Show today live at Chick-fil-A